All right. So we are 25% into the cohort. We start a fresh week today, and yeah, now things will start moving even faster. If it felt fast till now, we're going to do we're going to go faster now, and again next week again faster. And yeah, I think we're getting close. First milestone always hits me like a yeah, just hits me out of the blue. Okay, we are 1/4 of the journey here, because I think we start seeing familiar faces, and yeah, I think we were talking about attachment a few minutes back. So yeah, I think maybe Sachin can also relate to attachment to the cohort folks, which is like a super real thing that happens with the host. Okay, so we'll move to the today's content session, and today we'll talk about how do you showcase your project. And the context is, let's say your interview has started and you have introduced yourself. um, in that, it could be a follow-up from the interviewer, or you might start showing for it is very likely that if you mention that you have proof of work, you have projects in your introduction, then they'll ask you, hey, just show me one of your projects. And we'll just focus on that particular aspect today. So, what I want all of you to do right now is let's take 2 to 3 minutes. Think of how, think of the flow in which you will showcase your most complex project to the interviewer. And then instead of just me giving pointers, we'll see some demos. I'll give some light feedback, and yeah, and then at the end we'll consolidate things. We'll have some framework to how to go about it. So yes, for us.
Swapnil, hi everybody. So I wanted to ask that the introduction which we made. So in that introduction, we didn't like mention anything about our projects because you said no that it is simplified since you are going through cohort, so you have the proof of work. So when we will be introducing ourselves in front of the interviewer, so there we have to mention no that we have these many types of projects. We have to add that part, right?
um Yes, at the end you can mention, so that it leads directly to that discussion around projects.
Also, like we have to showcase all our projects or just the best one.
Best one. I wanted to understand the why behind these two things as well, right? The first one, the introduction that we worked on last week, that is the one that is meant to be put on your portfolio. That is the one that will get you an interview, right? And that is why we focused on what makes you stand out, what makes you interesting, right? And um, and the next question which you asked was one or more profile projects, right? So think of, if if you show two projects, it's almost like certain that one would be more complex than the other, right? So you don't gain a lot by showing the less complex one. If um, if they are of exactly same complexity, then also there's no real point in showing both. And if they're unequal, then just we can just show the more complex one, because once you show the more complex one, it is understood, it is implied that you can handle less complexity, right? You just want to give them confidence that you're not someone who has just graduated fresh from a college, who will need like a lot of hand holding to be able to contribute as soon as you join. You want to say that, hey, whatever JD requires, I have those skills already. I don't need a lot of training. Of course, you learn a few things in initial few months, but it's not like that. Without that learning, you cannot even contribute in any way. You have the base skills already in place. That is what you want to showcase by your projects.
Thanks, Swapnil.
All right. If anyone has made a quick flow of how they want to showcase, you can raise your hand. We can have some volunteers, and we can start the session. We'll have a few minutes. Just write the flow down. How do you want to showcase the order of the features, and then we'll see some demos. All right. So okay, I'm hearing an echo. Cool. Pratyush, do you want to share screen? Let's see a demo. You have 2 minutes, and yeah, I'll interfere so that the aim of my interference would be that I want you to get to the point fast, because as a interviewer I have like very low attention span. Cool, go for it.
So basically, first project that I want to showcase is my Q card project. It is an e-commerce website. So here we can like log in and have login feature, register feature, and like we can search the product. So without login, you cannot search or do anything. So you need to log in. So I
All
have
right,
here
so
this.
I'm going to cut you off there. So we spent around 20-25 seconds in just talking about the project. What I want you to do is show that the project is working, because when you just talk about the project, I am still not sure whether the website which is open on your browser, I don't know whether is that a static page or is it a dynamic web app, right? So the first thing, if you're making notes, first thing to note is show, don't tell. Because I'm not really interested in listening. You can say you did a lot of things, but what I'm interested to know is, does it work? Wherever you show that, hey, I have built this. Let's say if you say search, instead of saying, hey, I have built the search feature, you can just show by searching, and I instantly see that, hey, this is working. And then you can still keep talking. So like show and then tell. That is like the first and the key takeaway that you want to take away from this session. Shivam, do you want to go next?
Yeah. It was seriously.
All right. Your time starts now.
Okay. So as this is social media, so all apps are private. So first we need to log in. So we have logged in. Then we have home page first, giving the message of what this app is, and then to access the all feature we have to explore. Then we can, as social media, first thing is to create a post. So we can something like post here. This is the post we have created. Then the main feature of the post is like we can edit, create, loop. So first we can edit also. Edited post we can save now. This is the edited post. Also we can bookmark here. So post bookmark we can find here. Also then like what we have created, we can also delete this post, also report. First I will post reported.
All right, all right. Quick. I want to just wait. Okay, don't. Okay, let's create it again.
Okay.
From a project polish perspective, just edit it again.
Yeah, this is because I will fix this. Like after editing, the post goes down, but I will just like
Yeah. So when you say this, that hey, I know that this bug exists, it reflects very badly on you because
I am working currently.
what?
I am working currently. That's why I had I need to do.
I see the reasons. I am sure there would be reasons, right? I'm not countering key without reason this happened. But what I'm saying is key this does not reflect well because when we pitch you, when we claim that hey, your job ready, and this sort of comes under attention to detail, that this ordering is messed up. Same goes for, let's say you click on bookmark. Now go to bookmark page, right? So then these are bookmarked posts, right? So that that icon should be filled.
Yeah, the icon should be in color.
Right.
Okay. I will fix.
Right. So yeah, I went to the feedback of polishing, but from a demo perspective, I think I like the fact that it was very visual. We talked like more than I would have liked at the starting. I think we spent 20-30 seconds just explaining, just logging things in. But once we came on this page, I like the fact that we were very visual. We created a post. We showed we can edit this as well. We bookmarked, we immediately went to bookmarks page. We can also like unbookmark and show that it is empty again. So yeah, I think from a visual perspective, I liked it. Let's see someone else's, Tushar. Let's go next.
Okay.
Your
So
time.
is the
Wait, wait,
screen
wait,
is
wait, wait.
visible?
Your time starts now. Yeah.
So hi, this is my project for market selling the house or rent. And here you see this feature. Here are some listings that are topped recently updated. You can see select it from here. If you like this one, you can visit. And here you see the discount tag if you want it. And you can it easily find the location through the help of map, and you can contact it through here and just type the message and directly you can contact it. I would like to go to explore again. If you'd like to specific reason like you want it for sale upon sales. So here are the few of the houses that are for sale. You can go easily through here. And here, and if you like to identify some of the offers is going on, if some property, so you can visit here. And there are some, it is both on the rent and for the sell is offer. These are the offers listing. Is a $55 discount at per month basis. And if you like to sell or rent something, you can visit your profile, log in as a guest, and just visit profile. And here you can create or sell your any listing like sale, and yeah, rest. So hi, so this is it like
All right. Cool. Uh, so you showed a bunch of features. Which one is the most complex?
so the feature with map is unique, like if it's geocoding involved in there.
Why is it complex? Like, was it something
Uh,
hard to implement?
No, it's not hard. It's like if it's very useful for a user, like if a place it's
Right. So
easy to
we are not product managers, product designers,
okay,
right?
okay. You are,
We
which
want to
is
showcase
complex for me.
complexity. Which is complex for you.
Complexity for me.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's like I've learned geocoding. Like if you type the address, it will automatically create the latitude and longitude.
Right.
And
Is there a
easily
way
help.
for you to show it?
No, actually, it need a paid account. So
ठीक है.
I've enabled it, but
So if you want to showcase complexity, then think about what features you spend the most time on, and try to showcase them visually in some way. Also, show dynamicity of the app at the start. So I noted that within the first 60 to 80 seconds, you showed about the listings, right? There was not much you could do with those listings.
yeah.
And then at the end, you showed that, hey, you can create listings as well, which
Yeah.
is sort of like, which increases your app complexity by 10x, because rendering a list is like very easy. I'll tell you why it is easy as well. It could be that I've just hard coded it, right? It could be that I just use HTML. I don't know anything else. I just put thing in an HTML. Versus if you are creating a listing, that means you know data modeling, you have defined a schema on what a listing looks like, what are the fields that define a listing, and then you render it. And that changes a lot of perception. Think of, so this is something that we call the inverted pyramid technique, which is think of, let's say if you're reading a newspaper, right? So how do you, there are headlines, and as soon as you just read the headline, it gives you the maximum possible information there itself. And if you're interested, you can read more on that. So try to make your introductions, your answers, your project showcases, anywhere you're communicating with the interviewer, try that you get to the point very fast. You put out the most complex, relevant things at the start itself. Because, and there's a reason behind this as well, because you don't know when you will be cut off. Let's say after 1 minute, I would have just like, I saw 1 minute and I thought I'll cut you off. It's just that I noted that, hey, itna simple nahi ho sakta ye app if you're here. Then there has to be some dynamicity involved. And that is why I sort of said, okay, let him continue. But if I did not know beforehand that you must have done something else, I would have stopped you at the 1 minute mark. And then you would have just missed out communicating the complexity that your app has. So always think in this case, in this way, that you can be cut off at any point in time. You can be cut off at 30 seconds, you can be cut off at 1 minute, you can be cut off at 90 seconds, you can be cut off at 2 minutes. It could be the case that the interview allows you to sort of speak for 5 minutes. That is also fine. But in case they cut you off at any point, you should be happy with yourself that you communicate the important points first. You should not then say, wait, my geocoding is left. Wait, I have schema to show as well. So whatever complex things are, try to put it at the start itself. Yeah. Let me.
Thanks.
I'll summarize these pointers at the after a few minutes as well. I'll quickly see a few more. Aryan?
Hi, Sapna. Hi, everyone.
Yeah, go for it.
So I have
Just give me a minute.
so,
Your time starts now.
yeah. So this is a source code website. Is a nice there, and here is the first page, home page. It's showing about the website and the product, and below we are showing the product. On the click of the product, we are redirecting to the product page where we are showing the filters and the total product available. And by applying the filter, we can select the product according to our choice. Like if we want to buy some product, then we click on the buy now. I am logging. I am using a guest login. So okay. So click on buy now. Then we can add to cart and add to wish list. So I'm for adding the wish list, product is already available in wish list. So for guest user, we have already product available in wish list. We can move to cart from the wish list as well. Okay. After moving to the cart, we can go to the cart and we can increase the quantity of such a product as well. And according to the quantity, we are showing the total amount, and we can remove the product or directly empty the cart if there is a multiple paid product. On the click of checkout now, we are showing the border for selecting the address. If we want to add or update address, we can go to from this link, click here. So on the click of on the select of address, we can go to the payment page where we enter the test credential. And after clicking on pay, we are redirecting to the order confirmation page. Where we are seeing the order details of the product. And we also have a search functionality. Like if I search for Bata product, then I am redirecting to the product page with the search result. And yeah, we have a functionality for change password as well if you want to change the password. Okay, we need to sign in again. Okay, email ID is one. And for the guest login is not happen because I set the direct value of that password, like just set the 150. So it's updated in DB, but in front end it's a static or constant value, and that's why not login not happen. Yeah, that's all from my side. Thank you.
All right. Can you go to search?
Yeah.
Just do some search. Is it a front end search? Is it a back end search?
It's a backend search.
Okay, let's type something.
Mm,
Does search happen on enter?
yeah, the search happen.
All right, cool.
Yeah, I mentioned here and hit enter in
What?
search. I mentioned in placeholder as well.
Got it. Got it. Cool. Maybe you can have a button at the right as well, which when you click on that, it starts it. But cool.
Yeah,
I think
I will like.
overall you showed a lot of features. It's just that now I want you to show the same features in like half of the time. We took a lot of time in showing, but yeah, I like that you showed the search as well. You showed the filters working as well. Maybe you can show more, like let's say filters, and there are 3-4 filters. You can just click on 3-4 of them and like just show that uh,
All
as
the
soon as you
filters.
change things on the left side, the items keep changing on the right side. So that way you can show. Did you implement sort as well?
Sort according to price, height to do all those. Like,
Did you build that?
yeah,
Did you show that?
no, I
Right.
don't so.
Right. So if you don't show, then it will be said that you have not made it. So just make a list of what features you want to show. Show those things. Overall, I would say just make a flow once, because that way you'll not have any surprise. I think just one thing that went wrong is you were yourself surprised when the guest login was not working, right?
Guest login. Yeah.
You explained it at the end, but it was sort of like a post rationalization ki ye hua hoga. Like you did not anticipate that this will go wrong. So I think it's better that we have a flow in mind that is tested already, and we just sort of like just become a performer and just we do the same steps. We know that this will work or not because it's our code.
Yes. Yes.
All right. Let's move to who's next? Asif.
So yeah, this is my e-commerce project. Can you see my screen, right?
Yes.
So this is my e-commerce project, Bookart, and like this is the landing page. We have a soap button, and this is the category. If I click on soap button, it will redirect me to the product listing page. And I have used dynamic routing and also private routing.
Good. I'll just stop you here. So it's been 20
Okay.
seconds. You have not clicked on anything, right?
Right.
right? So when you say that there's dynamic routing, this will happen when I click this, why not just click it and then show that this happened? So first
Okay.
show and then keep talking.
So yes, after clicking on that product, it will redirect me to the login page. And if I want to log in, I have login credential. I can enter here.
Wait,
And if I
for me the screen is stuck.
okay, so yeah, so you can see my login page, right?
No. I can still see landing page.
Okay, so I am presenting it again.
Yeah. When I say feedback, there we are. All right, cool. Let me start the time again. Let's start from the beginning.
Okay. Then, okay, so this is the login page. You can see it right now.
Yes.
Yeah. So like if I want to create a new account, I can go here. And if I don't want to create, I can go to login page. Like here I have option as like login guest. I have used JWT authentication for that. Only after login, I can add something to the cart and wish list. Okay, so I can add to the wish list from here also, and I can also remove. Uh, I have used this uh, feature also, like to add in wish list. Like if I go in a wish list, I can move it to the cart, and if I want to remove it from here, I can remove it also. And yeah, I have search functionality. I can search according to the title, and this is yeah. And then I have filters like according to the categories, and yeah, I can clear this, and this is the sort functionality. I can sort it according to the prices. And for data management, I have used Redux. uh, and if I want to I want to place an order, I have to select first order or address, sorry, and like I have to add any address and save the address. Yeah, and after selecting the address, it will take me back to the cart, and here I can this place order button would be enabled, and it will take me to the order. Yeah, that's it. And yeah,
All right.
that's it from mine. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I think let's try to say the same thing in like half the time. I think overall we showed a bunch of things. One thing what we can do is we can move the login sign up showcase towards the end, because from a complexity perspective, login sign up is pretty basic. So if, like I don't want you to take the first 10 seconds showing login and sign up, because let's say if I just stop you after that, then you've just shown login and sign up, and which is pretty much basic for any app. So
Right.
towards the end, if you have time, you can show login sign up. And then what things you can show in login sign up is you can show validations. Let's say you do not enter a valid email address and then you try to sign up, what happens? So you can show that, hey, there are form validations which you have taken care of. So
Right.
the sort of just shows that you have thought of the edge cases, things like that. All right, let's see the next one. Who is the next one? Siddharth?
Just quickly share.
Yep.
My
Let's
screen visible.
Yep, let's go.
Yeah. So my name is Siddharth Sahu, and this is my e-commerce website. It says Sahu Digital because it's a marketplace for electronics. It has, as of now, it has all products. It has products like mobile phones right now, not other devices. and I'm fetching the data from the backend to show all the products right now. Depending upon the data that I have from the backend, such as the brand name, prices,
All right,
and
I'll just stop you here. It's been like 40 seconds. We haven't seen any interactivity yet. So what that tells me is I'm not sure whether this is a dynamic app or is this like statically rendered. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So let's do some actions. Let's click on some filters. Let's just tell that this is a dynamic web app. Let's continue.
So depending upon the data I have from backend, we can use the filters such as a brand category one. We can based on the rating, we can sort the products, and of course we can sort it by low to high. I also have a search functionality, which is a front-end search happening based upon the filtered data. So if I just use Apple and Samsung and I search for iPhone 13, it will show me the result of iPhone 13 here. And if I try a mini wala thing, it will show me that particular project, that particular product. Let's quickly buy this product and explore other features. So I'll quickly add this to cart. The login, until and unless the user logins, the product will not be added to the cart. So we'll do a quick test login, and the login is done. We can add an address to. I'll add a dummy address. So you can see we have two address field, which we'll use later. So we'll quickly go back to our product and add this to cart. We can of course add this to my wish list, which will be shown here. In the cart section, I can go for an coupon. I can opt for a coupon, and that discount coupon will be applied while placing the order. The address that have been saved, we can choose between the address quickly here, and I can confirm my order. I have integrated a Razorpay gateway for the payments, and if we do a pay now, a checkout will happen. Yeah, that's it.
All right. This looks super cool, especially like the confetti here. And from, I think when you showed search, nothing changed when you typed iPhone 13, right?
Yeah, because I had when I type iPhone 13, all these products have iPhone 13 in their name.
Right.
So only 4 products are being shown. And if I remove iPhone 13 from here, there are 16 products there.
No. When you had selected filters, I think you had an Apple filter, and then you typed iPhone 13, right? You had a Samsung filter as well.
Okay.
And right, go up, and here you typed iPhone 13 in the top right.
So there are 8 products now.
No. I understand it is working. I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
What I want to point out is visually when you typed iPhone 13, nothing changed. I know the 8 changed to 4. I know, right? But visually nothing changed. What that might, the first impression that it shows to the other person is, hey, the search doesn't work, right? So choose your test data, test cases, whatever flow you're going to make today, make it such that you know that visually the other person will be able to see or perceive the change, that something is happening. Does it make sense?
Absolutely.
Also, I think just from an implementation perspective, So right now what's happening is there are Apple products and below that there are Samsung products, right? And if you remove the filters, they are like a mix. There's iPhone and then there's Samsung, right? What I feel is how you implemented this filtering is based on the filter selected, you're adding items to an array. Versus how it should ideally be implemented is you iterate over this list, which is there as your original items list, and then apply the conditions of the filters and then sort of evaluate whether they should be displayed or not. Like the order should be preserved. Just think of Amazon or Flipkart, right? Do they preserve the order or do they do it like you did?
They preserve it.
They preserve order, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like this would, like, I would say just let's fix this on priority. From a presentation perspective, I think rest things were good. One more thing was that this rating 1 star and above, I don't think this should be a option. Just check on other platforms. Since like 1 star is the minimum that you can give, I feel this is like a relevant option. Just check. I most likely this option will not be there on other platforms 1 star and above. Just check once.
I got it. Yeah.
Right.
That doesn't make a difference.
Yeah. So okay. Let's see the next one. Who's next? Seaman, let's see yours.
Yes. You guys can see my screen, right?
Not yet. All right, go for it.
Just a second. It's a bit. Okay, so this is a social media app built using React, React Query, and Strapi for the backend. At first, let me just log in as a guest here. Sorry, it froze for a second. Okay, so at first in the home screen, you can see the posts from the people who you are following. So let me just quickly add a new post. So let me just add this logo here. So once it has been uploaded, we can enter a caption. And let me just post. So once you post, it shows in the home screen. And here you can give a like. So this has been already liked. So let me just give a like to a post that has not been liked. Let me just give it to any other account. Yeah. So I have given a like here. So it has been liked, and I can also bookmark it. And also I can click on the detailed page of the post and I can see the different comments here and also comment once more. And it shows up here. So I can also edit my comment and also delete my comment. So let me just delete my comment. And the comment goes. So the next part is the explore page. So here you can see the posts from the people who you are not following. And also you can validate that by going here. And if you want to see if you are following him or not, you can go to his profile and just see if you're following him or not. So if you want to follow this person, you can just click on here and you can it's been added to the followers list. The next part is the search page. So in this section, some suggestions are being shown. Here, let me just make a request. So I'm making a backend request, and it's been boiling down to the search result. And next, it's the profile page. So here I can see all my posts which have been uploaded and also my saved posts. So this is the which I saved recently, and I can go and let me just unsave it and go back to my profile page and just see, and it's gone. And also here I can see the people who I am following and also the followers. And also I can edit my profile. takes to the settings page. So here I can change the profile pic, the username, the email. So let me just change the bio. And let me just click on update. And it gives a pop-up saying updated. And if I go back to the profile, it's been updated. And there's also a dark mode and a light mode feature. And yeah, so that's pretty much it.
All right. Looks good. Any other feature that you spend time on?
Nothing as of such. So I should have shown this, but since it's a test account, all my test credentials are hard coded, so it doesn't make a difference here. Apart from that,
What happens
that's
if
pretty
you
much it.
enter a wrong current password?
Okay, let me just. So randomly I've typed. It tells password does not match.
No, new one confirm do the same, and current one.
Let me just. Yeah. So this is the password which is wrong. So if I click on update,
No,
it
no.
tells
So
password does
new
not match.
and the second and third make the same, and the first one should not be the same
Oh, got
as
it.
your current password.
So this is the current password. Let me just add the new password. If I click on update, it still tells password does not match.
No, no. So first field may you need to enter the current password, right?
Yes. Yes.
So I'm saying the current password may we are not entering the current password, and the rest no. In the first field, enter something random, and in the next
Okay.
two fields, enter something same.
Correct. Old
Old
password
password
does
does
not
not
match.
match. Cool. So this is something which you can show in the demo,
Got it.
because
Got
this
it.
is validation. This is like this is a case, this is a corner case that you have handled in the app. So this sort of shows that you can, you're just not handling happy paths, you're handling corner cases as well. All right. How did you implement the dark mode?
I'm saving this to the local storage.
All right.
On Railroad also it stays light theme or dark theme depending upon the switch.
Got it. So you can mention something like once the user selects, the preference is sort of stored locally, so that when the user opens this again, the state is preserved.
Got it.
All right. And how does search is backend, right?
Yes, I mentioned that. Search is backend.
Search is backend. What happens? Just search something. Like what can I do from this search?
Sorry, I didn't get you.
So I see some search results, right? What can I do from the search?
You can click on it and it goes to
Right.
the detail.
So you did not show that. So I don't know whether this search result is clickable or not.
It had a mouse pointer, so I got
Right, but you did not click and
yes,
show
I agree.
this.
I agree. Yes.
Cool. All right. I think, but yeah, overall, I think this was pretty well done. Kudos.
Thank you.
All right. Let's see the next one. Rishabh.
Yeah. I hope my screen is visible.
Yep, go for it.
Yeah. So this is basically the e-commerce application for all your pet needs. So basically, let's just go to the products. This is a product listing page. For it add to cart, list of all of the functions need to, if we want them to work, then we have to log in. So let me log in test solution. There are various filters here. For example, let's just search first. Dog. If we search dog. Okay, so all the dog, let's just search cat. So, and if we want to search some toys, then all these search is happening.
and we can increase or decrease price ranges accordingly. The filters are being applied. Categories can also be selected. Then product categories can also be selected. Then some brand categories are there. So let's just say if something is available in some brand, then it will show up here. We can clear all the filters. So let's just add product to the cart. The product is being added, and we can add to the wish list also. And if we go to the wish list, then some products are already available in the cart, so we can go to cart from here. We can unwish list the products from here also. And if we go to cart, so this is the cart, then we can increase or decrease the amount of products. Then we can apply the coupons. There are various coupons available according to the cart pricing. So let's just apply the highest available coupon. The coupon has been applied. We can remove also coupon if we want to change it something else. Then here from cart also we can remove the product and move to wish list also. And if some product is already added in wish list, then we can go to wish list here. From here. Then we can check out product, and this is the address selection. So we can add new address also from here. So let's just enter dummy address. The new address has been added. We can also edit the address also. And address will be edited, and we can select any of the address, and then we can proceed. So now the payment integration mode is being done by Razorpay API. So let's just select any email banking, sure, and we can just this as a success. Order is being created. An order has been created now. So this is the detail of the order which has been confirmed. We can view the price breakup also from here, which includes all the details of the product and of the order, sorry, regarding the prices. Then we can go to profile also. We can see our addresses here. We can edit another addresses. We can delete addresses if we want. And we can go to orders. We can see how many orders and what kind of orders, all the details of the order. The same thing, breakup and everything. This is the profile, and also some features like this was the landing page, homepage of the e-commerce app. So we can every card here has filter effect. So if we click on the category brand filter, if we can click on the product category, so all the filter would work on landing page also. And that's all. I think we can go from on direct product here also. This is the product page. I think this was left. So we can put cart here also. We can it was already removed, I think, a business, so we can remove. So I think that's it. We can log out.
All right, cool.
That's
So yeah, again, very well done. Showed a lot of features. One thing that I want you to do is like create a flow which can show the same things in like lesser time. We took like 4 minutes now. I feel we can do in like 2.5 to 3. Just by rearranging some stuff, like and maybe showed dynamic. You can directly go from landing page to the red. I think you can put it at the start itself in that flow. We went a lot of back and forth between wishlist cart. I think maybe that was not needed. One thing that I didn't like was the layout in the wishlist one. Just add 2 products in the wishlist.
this is the layout.
Remove 2 products. Yeah. So now, yeah, this is so now there are 3 products. The spacing has become inconsistent.
Right. Okay.
It should be aligned left, and then there should be
Got
like
it.
one card of space to the right. Just remove one more. This is also like a bit okay, but when it's two products like this, so this is the one that we showed in the demo. This looks like very, very weird. And at the same time, there are like small fixes, like one line fixes for these things. So let's just fix this. And I think we have a solution in the chat already. Just try that out. And just one minor thing was in the while filtering, there was a case wherein just go to the filter page. Just do some combination where there are like 0 results.
Whether there are 0 results, okay. So food.
Yeah. So now on the first impression, how it looks like, the products failed to load. Why
Yeah.
that is? Because we haven't handled the empty state. So
Correct.
we should add
Actually, I've the whatever feedback you provided, and I've taken feedback from others also. So I've already worked on it. Few have already been implemented, and this has already been done. It's not actually pushed into the deployed branch, so it's already done. I handled this empty state here.
this would not be a valid answer when you are showing in an interview, right? Understand two things, which one is you could have done 100 things, right? Those really don't matter. At the same time, when you say that you know about it already, it even is like a thing that, hey, you know about it, yet you shipped without it. So one is something like a bug or something which you discover while talking. Jaise, we saw in one demo, right, that the person who was showcasing, he realized after a few seconds that, oh, this is why this is not working, right? And he explained it as well. That's fine. And then I took it that way कि hey, उसको पता भी चला है कि इसको fix करना है, then he'll fix it. But when you say that, hey, I know this, right, it comes off as very bad, because you're cutting off the other person. You're cutting off, if someone is giving you feedback, you're saying हाँ मेरे को तो पता है, right? पता है तो करना चाहिए था ना, right? There's no point of you saying that मेरे को पता है, right? क्योंकि इधर तो नहीं है वो, right? Cool. Let's go to the next one for us. But yeah, overall, I think this was a pretty nice, one of the best ones we've seen so far, because you showed a lot of features in a very fluid way. Yeah. For us.
Yeah, sharing my screen. I hope it is visible.
Yes.
So this is the Amazon phone, the clone of the actual Amazon app. So here we start with the product listing. We have some product listing over here. So these add to basket cards button is protected via authentication. So if you try to add to basket, it will direct us to the login screen. So, and we can even create our account as well. But for now, we can log in as guest. And once we are logging as guest, we can add the products to the cart. Once products are added, it will something. I think Zoom share screen is interrupting.
You can just like drag that somewhere down.
Yeah. So as we can see that as we have added the products to the cart number is automatically updated. So once we go to the cart, you can see that products have been added, and the account which if we have logged in, it automatically comes here as hello to the person. We can increase the number of the items, and it will accordingly adjust the price. Like if we decrease, the price will decrease automatically, and we can even remove the product completely as well. And once we proceed to checkout, we can select from the address already saved, and we can even fill the address if we want. So for simplicity, let's now select any address. So let's select this address will be automatically filled there. And we can even remove products from here also. If if we remove the complete product cart, it becomes empty, it will automatically redirect us to the home screen because we cannot proceed to checkout then. That is also protected. So for simplicity, if we add the product to the cart, here we come. We can add the payment also, which is the Stripe test card 424242. It we click on buy now. It actually goes to the Stripe backend and processes a real payment. It is actually replaced with the test key. We'll replace this key with the original live key. We can actually accept payments with this application. And here we are into the orders page. It will show the summary of the order which was being placed in the last check time, and then we can redirect to the home page. This is the order section. And once we sign out, we can't go to the order. It will prompt us to sign in that. And just sign in if we enter any wrong credential. For suppose sign in, will show that email is badly formatted. Same is the case with password create account also. If we create any random thing, and if the password is not matching, for example, 1234 and 12345, try to sign up. It will prompt that the password is not matched here as well. So that is it.
All right. Cool. First, I'll point out a minor nit because that is what I see the first. Just add a couple of products to the cart. All right. Can you guess what I'm going to say?
Probably the alignment.
Yep.
All right.
Any particular reason this is not aligned?
Yeah, actually, I tried, but it in the case, I don't know why it was not. Probably some bug was there. It was aligning in its own item cart, but it was not aligning with the complete product.
Right.
Some CSS issue, I guess.
Yeah. Let's see if we can fix this. Align the text vertically, because
Because
right
this
now.
is
Mhm.
because this has its own length, so it is like because of this flex, it is adjusting according to its own container and
Yeah.
not the whole. That, that's one thing I tried a lot, but I couldn't fix.
So two ways to go about it. Either you play around with the CSS of the div, or you play around with the size of the image. I don't really care how you do it, but I want the outcome, which is these two should be aligned. And I'll tell you why. Because the rest of your UI is super awesome. And this one small thing is, I don't know, it's like a red mark on your otherwise awesome UI.
Yeah, one more thing, Swapnil, like while I was creating this project, I was like more concerned about the functionality of the application, that I need to have the product, it needs to get added to the cart, and the whole checkout flow should happen, and it should show the order. So the basically, which the core features it has, I tried to showcase that, but I didn't put in the real more products. I used the dummy products, and I didn't implement the search filter and those sort of things. Should I do it now, or should I leave it like this?
All right. So I'll just share a framework on how to ask questions. And the question should always be A versus B. What that means is you need to tell me what are you going to do with your time if you're not doing this. And if you tell me that, hey, if not this, then I'll practice introducing myself, practice my communication skills, maybe continue reading JavaScript fundamentals, then I'll say, hey, don't need to do this. Versus if you say, hey, I will, I don't know, watch Netflix, and Netflix maybe you will say a very bad show, then I'll say, no, don't watch that. If it's something good on Netflix, then maybe I'll say, yeah, you need a break. You should watch that. So it's always A versus B, which is it's like a very simple thing, right? If you ask me, hey, should I spend time in improving this? Why will I say no, right? If you come and ask, hey, should I learn TypeScript in depth? I'll not say no. If you come and ask, should I learn another front-end framework, let's say Vue.js or AngularJS, if you come and ask me, hey, should I learn that? Why would I say no? I'll say yes. If you come and say, hey, if you just fill the blank randomly, should I do X? Like if X is something related to upskilling, I'll not say no. So you need to tell me like what's the trade-off, right? If you say, hey, I'll sleep only for 3 hours if I do this, then I'll say, hey, don't do that. Sleep for at least 6 to 8 hours. So you need to like frame questions in a way where you talk about the trade-offs, because trade-offs hang, right? It's not like we have infinite time. And that's also the reason why we say that in the previous activities, once you have done for a certain number of iterations, let's move to the next activity, because I'm pretty sure we can improve on the previous activities as well, but after a point, there's not much ROI.
Actually, I asked that because my original aim of making this application was to start like get the basic things working. So the complexity is also there in the application. It's not that I just build any random thing. So it's just because now I'm doing a job also, so I have to manage time, and this cohort also have to take it seriously. So that's why I asked.
Right, but again, you telling me why I asked se mujhe kuch nahi mila na. You need to tell me that if I'm spending time here, this is where I'm taking time from. Does it make sense?
No, actually, but
If you don't give me context, why will I say no?
like I was just asking that will this do no that this is not a very basic application, if I can say, like if those features are not available.
So what I'm saying is, if you just ask me, hey, should I do this or not? I'll always say yes only, right? Well, why would I take that thing of ki nahi mat karo ye? Well, of course, you and I both know ki if you do it, it will be better, right?
Yeah.
But it's about the constraints that we have to work around. So yeah, maybe just take some time after the call and just thoda sa think of the trade-offs, ki where will that time come from, and then we can talk more. But I just want to say that, let's say if you just come and say that, hey, now I want to learn backend, should I do that? I'll not say no.
Okay.
If you tell me, hey, there is a React conference happening, I want to attend, should I attend? I'll not say no, right?
Yeah.
So you need to give me trade-offs. Trade-offs, I can guide you better. If you just give me one thing, yes is the answer you're going to get.
Like trade-offs, can you elaborate more on that?
Where is that time coming from? Is it coming from your sleep? Is it coming from a movie? Is it coming from learning something else? Is it whatever time you're going to spend on working on this? वो time कहीं से आएगा, right? Would that mean कि you celebrate some festival less? Like कहाँ से वो time आ रहा है?
Obviously, like I have to sleep less because
When
I
you say
have a
sleep
job.
less, then you need to define, is it are you going from 8 to 6 hours? Are you going from 6 to 4 hours? Are you going from 4 to 2? Because these are like very different, right? 6 to 8 maybe if you're going from 8 to 6 for one time, I'll say chalo theek hai, that's fine. But if you're going from 6 to 4, then maybe I'll say, hey, maybe don't do that. So the more information that you present me with, the better I can guide. If you give me less information, I will always say yes to upskilling, learning more. So I'll give a very simple example, right? Let's say if you say, hey, I want to make one more project, should I do that? I'll say yes. If you tell me I want to build 10 more projects, should I do that? Yes. If you tell me, hey, I want to build 100 more projects, should I do that? Yes. There's no limit where I'll say no. If you tell me I want to build 500 projects, if you want to tell me I want to make 1,000 projects, I'll not say no.
Okay.
All right, Harshna.
I wanted to add a suggestion. Can I go ahead?
What?
I wanted to add a suggestion. Can I go ahead?
Yes.
First off, awesome work for us. But what I noticed was that when we were adding to cards from the home page, like I necessarily did not notice the count changing on the top, right? Like, but I my concentration was on the card itself. So if I just see the card, I'll feel like there's no change happening unless I look up and see the count on top. So it's like you have to think about where the concentration of the user lies also. Like it's like one is at the bottom of the page and the other was at the top of the page. So, yeah.
Yeah. Like I can think of animations, thought animations, and the number count. So like the user's attention is dragged to that thing.
Well,
Yeah.
since you are showcasing it, you can just mention that, see, right now there are 0 products in the cart. When you click it, it becomes 1. So you can direct the attention since you are the one showcasing.
Actually, I was doing it, but this Zoom window came there, so that's why
Got it.
like that time.
Understood.
Sorry for interrupting.
Harshna, now
No, sure.
you have to showcase yours.
No, I have the backend ready. I can show the backend whatever features I've implemented.
Anything goes.
Okay. Just a second. I'm just gonna open it till then.
First of me, sorry, I am interrupting. Like, can I ask a thing?
Yep, go ahead.
So actually, why I asked that was not like I was seeing the projects like built by all the people. That it was awesome. So I thought that I am not laid behind too much. No, that was my only concern. That what if I fail to impress the interviewer
And I
because of
think all of you here have enough, a lot of proof of work. So don't think anything you do, you like have to do. Aisa kuch nahi hai. Like if you don't do, then also you have like enough proof of work here. And I think it's just about like everyone feels the grass is greener on the other side. I'm pretty sure, like you right now said, right, ki someone you think ki others' projects are better. I'm pretty sure there will be a lot of people in the call who think your UI is pretty good. Maybe we can do a poll right now. Who thinks Faraz's UI was good? Let's type yes in the chat. I'll just give mine. Oh, okay. I was giving mine. I thought, okay, aayenge nahi aayenge, but okay. There's like, okay, I have to count now. It's like 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 19, 22, 25. Ruk jao bhai, 28. Like more than 30 out of 40 people here think your UI is super awesome. And I think I ended with that as well, right? Knit is something that I have to point because like I have to tell ki, hey, this is something you can do more. so that if you have time, you can do more. Like someone said, right? कि अरे मुझे someone said in the call earlier कि अरे क्या बोलते हैं, I don't know what else to do. So that is what I answered to him, right? Ki, hey, tell me, like if you have more time, I can give you more work to do, right? So why I pointed out what you can do better is so that if you have time, that should be your number one priority. That does not mean ki your current projects are not good enough. Like I want you to go back to the first session where I mentioned very clearly, I want to emphasize that again, that at your current state, each and every one of you here are horrible. It's not that we have to do anything else to prove anything or whatever. Whatever we are doing as a part of this cohort is, what are the highest ROI things we can do? What are the low hanging fruits we can do that will give the most impact in the least amount of time? Jesse, I did not point out to your other features, right? I did not tell you add this feature, do that, right? That is something you asked, right? What I pointed out was, I know the solution of your bug and I can fix it in 2 lines. I can fix it in a few minutes. And that is why I pointed that out to you. And the other people as well, the things that I'm pointing out are the ones that are quick fixes. Quick fixes at the same time, they are very clearly visible. Jesse, someone I mentioned, right? Ki just show a empty state message in the UI. That is a one-liner change, right?
Yeah.
In 5 minutes, we can commit and push. That is done. But from an ROI perspective, you can like talk about it for 10 seconds. You can talk that, hey, I've handled empty state. This is what a default or an empty state message looks like. This gives you a talking point. Same with the validations, form validations. So understand that we're not asking to add more features here because we know there's no end to that. If you have time, add them. That is up to you. But the entire point of this cohort is we polish what we have in the minimum time possible, and then just focus on clearing interviews, which is something that we started yesterday, right? We started getting into the technical side of things. So these polishing are just the ones that we have done a proof of work already. How can we present it better? That's all. Yeah.
Thanks, Swapnil. That was a confidence booster for me. Thank you, guys.
All right. There's one more person who was showing.
Yeah.
Yes, Harshna.
Pratyush has a question.
Yes, Pratyush.
Actually, I just wanted to ask, like in one interview, the interviewer asked me by seeing my e-commerce web project, ki how is it different from the Flipkart or Amazon project? It's like, what is the new thing you have implemented in your? So for some time, I got just stuck ki what should I answer, but then after that I answered that it's not different, anything is not different, but it's just my proof of work that I'm showing what I have done. Yeah, this was like I wanted to ask you, is this a correct answer to this question?
Yep. Thing to understand here is we are not sitting for product thinking interviews. We're not sitting for product managers, product designers. And I think we mentioned this in the GitHub gist as well, right? Wherein we explicitly say that in the roles, in the interviews that you'll be sitting in, you're not being judged on novelty of ideas. You're just being judged on the complexity that you can handle. So you don't need to have like a single new feature. You can just clone everything. You're just trying to showcase this is the level of complexity that I can handle. This is, you're showing that, hey, I am handling different edge cases. The UI loads in under 1-2 seconds, things like that. You're just showcasing that you are capable of handling basically the state, right? Dynamic web apps are all about state management. So you're just showcasing that your state management works as intended. And yeah, if anyone asks about like new things, you can very clearly say that, hey, that is not something, the JD does not require that. Like if you read any JD of a front-end developer, it's about converting designs to code, converting designs to apps, websites, which can be used by people. So yeah, even from a JD perspective, you're not expected to do that. If so, one thing to note is these will give you brownie points, yes, but you're not expected to know them. So when you say that, hey, uh, when you answer in a negative way as in when you say that, hey, I have not implemented new things or whatever, you should not see yourself in a negative way. I think that is the major, like a pointer wherein people falter is you start thinking that, hey, I should have known this, and then you go into a spiral or whatever, it goes downhill from there. Like, you need to understand that that is not the expectation from you. If you know this, then of course, very nice. But if you don't know it, that is what the expectation is. So you should just be confident. If a question like this comes, most likely this will not come most of the times. All right, Hashna.
Yep, I'm here. Can I go ahead?
Yes.
Okay, so just okay. Let me know if you can see my screen.
Yep, go for it.
So this is yeah, so this is like I already prepared the basic front end and back end, like front end UI, and kept only UI integration is left, and this is fully responsive. So this is like changes like with the UI, and I designed all the background and the logos. I designed everything, and this is the UI, and it works on the user preference. If the user prefers light, it will automatically change. And on the on the uh, backend part, like these are my API calls. So so this is used to update the get a user's info, and you can only get a user if the user is public or if the user is in your if you are following that user. Otherwise, if you're trying to access a private user that you don't follow, that then it will not allow you. And I've handled all the error states 420, 403, 202, everything. Similarly, this is for like add and edit user. This is for updating the user's display pic, the password updation, password update. Like I've used salts for encrypting and decrypting the password, and bcrypt basically. And for this thing, I have also used JWT token for verifying. And the user the ID never goes to the front end. Only the username goes to the back end. And so the ID is used to fetch the username, and then the verification process happens. And yeah, yeah, this except follower. So if the user is a public user, you can directly follow. If the user is a private user, you it'll go redirect to it'll send like 202 message that you're waiting for the other user's response, and the other user asks the other user response, then it'll happen. And similarly, the follow unfollow and recent activity, and recent activity will store the uh, will store the likes, no, not likes, for recent followers following, and recent comments that are made by the user. Similar, so this is to showcase your talent. So I am calling those the post as demos over here, and this it's indexed. So like only a certain number of posts go. Like the first 20 posts go, and the index is updated, and the next time like from 21 to 40 goes. Yeah, some bookmark demos, like demos, and the feed will be public users and following users posts, recent posts, and that is also sorted. And all of this I've implemented here. And a look at the models is this is my basic user model, and handled I have handled all the required and unique cases and trimming and lowercase. So I don't directly store the whole demo here. I just store the reference ID and I give it a reference yes. And whenever it's going to the user, I populate it. And after sending to the user, I again depopulate it so that it doesn't get stored in the database. The data doesn't get destructured in the database. And yeah, and that's it. And if the user is disabled, you cannot access the user. And if you are the disabled user, once you log in again, your disabled state will change to false again. And online, as soon as you log in, your user like this, the online becomes true. And when you log out, the online becomes false. And similarly, a demo. This is the demo schema.
All right.
So
Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, so the demo can have either a text or a media, or it can have both. So that's what I.
Got it. So we need to trim this down.
Okay.
I think just think of which API was the most complex to make, and you can just pick one and showcase that, and you can move the models up in the presentation. You can start with the model because the schema sort of gives the other person a fairly good idea of the complexity. Like if it's, yeah, I can just see two schemas and I'll get a good idea of it. So just start with that. Cool. Let me quickly summarize.
Any other feedback like on the front end? Should I showcase the front end or any like feedback?
Yeah, definitely. You need to show the front end because you, even for full stack role, you need to show both things, right? So I feel this was a backend heavy demo. So either we can go front end heavy or we can go full stack, and full stack may like, let's give ample time. Like we right now we did not show any complexity on the front end side, be it on the state management side of things, or like how do you use different components there. So I think need to show some components on the front end side as well.
Okay, and I feel that like two things are like I feel that since the uploading pictures uses like another separate file storage this thing Cloudinary basically, and so should I use like explain that API, or since that follow request notifies in real time, should I go with that?
So you can just mention in one line that you've integrated a third-party API, Cloudinary, for storing images. What that shows is you have integrated with something else, and if the interviewer wants to ask something more, you have told from your end that you have done this. So think of like just after this call, just think of what are the different things you can talk about, and then for all those things, what is the minimum sentence length, or like what's the shortest way to convey that you have done that. So once you have that noted down, you'll get to see that the aim is to convey the maximum number of features in less time. You want to you want to show that hey, you've done a lot of things, which all of you have. So I'll quickly summarize things here.
Thank you.
All right. So the first core idea is you show and tell, which I've been saying from the first demo. You just talk. If you just talk that hey, I've done this, that's not a good. That sort of leaves some room for doubt in the other person whether this whether this web app is really dynamic or not. So just hit the ground running, show interactivity in the first few seconds itself, and then you can keep talking. And then as soon as something changes visually, you have already grabbed attention, and like make sure that you keep changing something visually every now and then while you keep talking. You don't need to start with login because like that is from a complexity perspective, that is not like the most complex thing. You can you can show that towards the end if you have time. Start with like what are the one or two main features that took you the most time, or what are the core features of the app. So if it's an e-commerce app, let's quickly get to the listing page where we can show the filters in action, show combination of filters. What I realized, what I saw a lot of you, what you did was you're showing one check and then uncheck, and you're very reserved with your filters. Like I wanted to go berserk with your filters. Just select two here, three here, show quickly how things change. Then combination we do sorting, show that you can throw a bunch of random inputs on your application and it's able to handle that. Yeah, so I was saying get to the core features fast. Product listing. So from e-commerce perspective, listing, filtering, sorting, placing an order, these are the core features. From a social network, social media app perspective, create a post, edit a post, like, comment, bookmark, search. These are the main features that you want to focus on at the start. And towards the end, you can show login, logout. You can also talk about the error states of the app wherever you implemented it. The good part about this is you are showcasing your app. So you know where you have done things or not. So you plan it out on how do you want to show the error states. I would recommend showing at least one error state so that it just shows the other person that, hey, you have thought about the error states as well. And by error state, I mean, if it's changing password, then what happens when it is not in the expected format? Let's say you I don't know, if there's a way of filtering by date, what happens when you put the start date more than the end date? What happens then? So all the error states, just show any one of the error states. Show an empty state, which is if there are like no results, let's say if there are no bookmarks and you go to bookmarks, what message do you show there? Similarly, if there are no products in cart, what do you show there? Try to have one of the empty states in the app, and then towards the end you can show about login. You can one thing, if you, that would be really nice if you do, is if you can throw in some technical words while you're showcasing. And of course, this is something like if you've implemented those, there's no need to just add words for the sake of it. But if you have done it, let's say searching may, especially for people who have integrated with backend APIs, if you have implemented debouncing, then you can just mention that, hey, this search uses debouncing. There's a delay of X seconds after which the API call is made. If there are like a lot of products, and while scrolling, if some of them load after you scroll, basically you have infinite loading or lazy loading implemented, you can just mention those technical words. Technical words are like everywhere, right? Login, you can, if you have used JWT, you can mention those. So think of like what are the technical jargons that can be associated with some of your features. If you have done them, like dark mode is again a technical thing, sort of comes off as, oh, that dark mode implement care. One thing that I didn't see any of you show is responsiveness. So, and the good part about it is it takes very less time to showcase. Like within 5 to 10 seconds, you can just change it to mobile view, just show that this looks good, then you go back to the main view. So you can show responsiveness towards the end. The order is something you can figure out, but if you just make a list of what all features you spend the most time on, and then from there you can order them. But just think of it consciously so that you don't miss out any of the features. I think data curation, I think those pointers are just back from the project polish. If there's some polishing left, now's the time to complete it. Try to show a variety of features. So like, it doesn't really matter, like if you have shown one validation error, if you just go and show that on every form, it does not like give you more brownie points. Just think of least amount of time mein how many features you can showcase. What else? If you own the database as well, which is if you are if you're integrated with Firebase or Mongo, maybe you can also open that tab in the side, and you can show things dynamically, which is you create something on the app here, you can see the new post created in the DB, and then make a change in the DB, and then go back to the app and show that this has been edited. That's a good way to just show that you understand the entire end-to-end side of things. Again, only just think of what are the features you have, and then what all you can show. Cool. Any other pointers you noted during this session? Did I cover everything? Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
I'll-
you
yes.
must that change should be perceivable.
UI changes should be perceivable. Yes. Since it's almost like when you see the same thing, you sort of start zoning out. And the thing here is you don't want to lose the other person. So the more you keep things changing on the UI side, or questions just keep scrolling the web app so that the visual changes. So the other person will always be on the lookout that okay, kuch aane wala hai, kuch aane wala hai. That is what you want the other person to like be attentive whenever you're showcasing it. Cool. So we'll go into the homework for today, which is, as you might have guessed, is to polish this showcasing. And how we're going to polish is, we'll make a bullet list of the features that we want to showcase, we have built in decreasing order of priority. And you're going to post this list in the in your project thread itself. So just make a list, take your time. You have till midnight to do that. And अगर ऐसा ख्याल आया कि अरे ये तो छोटा सा काम है, तो और भी होमवर्क है, और भी आ रहा है होमवर्क, then the homework till 6 p.m. today, which if you want you can do it tonight itself, is you have to record yourself showcasing that project in that with the list of things that you have. The minimum duration of that video is 1. Let me just write. Yeah, the minimum duration of that video is 1 minute. Some anywhere around 2 minutes would be an ideal length, and 3 minutes is the max. These limits are put so that you don't go record a 10-minute video, because I know you can do that. I know you can talk about your project for 10 minutes, but what I want you to really think about is, what are the core features? Like if you just have to show some features of the app, what would those be? You don't need to show, if you have built 10 features, you don't need to show 10 features. You want to show a variety of features, as well as you want to show features which you can talk about in less time, right? If one feature takes you like 1 minute to explain, then maybe it does not, it should not go in that video. So those are the 2 homeworks for now. I'll talk more as well, but any doubts in the homeworks? I saw one hand raised and then it went down.
Actually, the doubt is not about homework, but for something else. So that's why I don't have.
Go for it.
So, Bhaiya, as you mentioned that we have to highlight only one project, but what if we have implemented different technologies or different techniques in different projects? So let's say I have implemented Redux and social media project or some other project, dark mode in video library, but not those haven't been done in e-commerce app, which I'm planning to that project to be my highlighted. So either we should implement, or I mean, what are the chances that we are going to show only the one project? The other projects are not going to be open in.
It really depends on how the interview goes. It's very hard to say. Definitely, I would just say that assume that only one project will be seen. See, because the other person is would also want to interview you, right? They'll also want to ask you questions that they usually do with all people. And if you show like all of your 5 projects, then 15-20 minutes to usi mein nikal jayega. So like I think the max that would go is like maybe 2 projects. Usse zyada I don't see it happening. So what I would just recommend is, in this case, is just from a individual project perspective, think about, just list down features in every project and just see which project feels like the one with the most features, most complexity. Just pick that for now. See, you're not saying that this is the only thing that I can build, right? Other things you can just add in your introduction as well, or even while showcasing, you can just say that, hey, I have built these things in my other projects as well. So you can always add those things, but let's just pick one which has the most number of features as of today. And understand that you are not showing 100% of the things in the video. You're just showing a sample key. This is the kind of complexity that I can handle. Pratyush?
And also the
Yeah.
code review is also going to be there for the project, right?
What?
This is only the UI representation that we have done, but the
Right.
code review and the code presentation will also be there, right? Or it won't be there.
It depends on company to company. Some companies do that, some companies don't do that.
Okay, so I think we have time at least for 2 or 3 weeks, so I can build all the functionalities that I have in other projects in this highlighted project itself.
Up to you, Malab. That depends on if you can handle. If you're doing all of the homework assignments on time, then whatever you want to do in your free time, that's up to you. But I don't want to hear that assignment nahi kiya because you went for something else. I don't want to hear this reason after 2-3 weeks. So whatever you do, that should be after your homework is done. Cool.
Okay, thank you.
Bhaiya, can this happen like what I'm showing a project and what I'm going to show a project and the interviewer asks, no, don't show me this project, show me that one. Can this happen?
Malab,
Means like if I'm showing my project, if interviewer asks like, okay, show me a project, so I'm started showing and so he points
is
out,
this a
no,
real
show
question?
me. Yeah, this came in my mind. Like, can this happen?
What do you think I'll answer?
I don't know.
What is your question? Can this happen, right?
Yeah,
I'll
means
answer yes.
like can interview means like if
When
like
you ask, can this happen? I'll say yes, right?
yeah.
Like, are you getting what I'm trying to say?
Yes, I'm getting. Yeah.
If you tell me, hey, can this happen, that the interviewer does not ask me anything related to JavaScript, I'll say yes, it can happen. If you
Okay.
ask me, hey, can this happen that I don't know, the interviewer does not show up on the call itself? Yes, that can happen. What is it that
Okay.
you really want to ask?
No, it just came in my mind. Ki, okay, it can
So
this
it's been 1
happen?
minute
So
since
I
that has come to your mind, right? What is it that you
yeah.
really want to ask?
No, actually, Rishabh started means asked to his doubt, so it came in my mind. Ki, okay, this can also happen. So I asked my doubt.
Got it. ठीक है. मतलब, like, are you trying to ask something or are you trying to say कि, hey, this can also happen?
No, this what I asked. I wanted to ask that.
Okay. Yeah, मतलब, the answer to that is yes, it can happen. Ki interviewer, the aim of the interview is to put you in stressful situations, which is, I'm not sure if I shared this or not, but software developers are meant to handle stressful situations because we have to deal with bugs, which might take hours and hours, and we need to be able to handle uncertainties. We need to be mentally strong. So that is like a hard requirement. You have to have that, and anything which can put you into a stressful situation in an interview, I think that is that's a likely thing that the interviewer does to just see how you react, pun intended, in a stressful environment, and like just throwing you off your game. It could happen that you start introducing yourself and they just say, अरे ये तो rehearsed है, असली में बताओ, like, खुद के लिए क्या करते हो, उस टाइप की मतलब they can just try to throw you off your game. अरे तो तुम practice करके आए हो, they'll ask something random. And this happens in questions as well, which is if they ask something and if they know that you have come across that question before, they can tell. So they'll just change the question. And the idea is they want to see how fast you can think on your feet. So yeah, I think starting this week itself, we have some activities which will give you a good idea of like real interviews. So yeah, stay tuned and you will get to see that I was not kidding when I said Kihan this week say we'll take things up a notch. We'll get some reality checks. All right, for us.
Yeah, so I had this doubt regarding the assignment which you gave. So how will we record ourselves? Like we will screen record and how will we record our audio combined, like together?
So you'll use Loom. What Looms allows you to do is you can share screen and you will come as a bubble at the bottom left or right. So it in the free version it allows you to record like 5 minutes free, up to 5 minutes of screen recording free. And I think for now, for us, we just need 3 minutes of recording. So yeah, you should be good to go with Loom.
All right.
Yeah. So the same software used for your introduction video, instead of you taking the whole screen, you'll be sharing a screen, the project screen, which will be taking the whole screen, and you will be in a bubble. Just video setting, if you see, it's very intuitive. As soon as you open Loom, you'll get to know.
All right. Thanks. Thanks.
All right. And now comes daily homework, which starts from today. You would be seeing a new channel, which is like a daily reading log in Discord. What I want you to do is just create a new post in that with your name as the title, and just mention which section you're currently on from yesterday's reading marathon. It could be just a format of X.Y, could be 1.4, 2.3, whatever section you're on, just mention that. And what I want everyone to do starting today is every day 10 p.m. pay, just join the lounge, however long you want to read, be it 30 minutes, be it 1 hour, be it more. I recommend personally 30 minutes, because this is something, one thing is that it is a bit like dogs padhte neend aati hai. So you if you just read for a long time, then like I wanted to come tomorrow as well. So like focus on sustainability, which is read that much that you would want to show up next day 10 p.m. So just join the lounge at 10 p.m. Be on silent, read. I would recommend for 30 minutes, and then post a comment in your thread. Now the current section that you are in, let's say if you were in 2.1 as of yesterday, so your first post to 2.1, and then after today 10 p.m, maybe 10:30, 11, whenever you drop off, just drop a comment in your personal thread, the new section number. Let's say it could be 2.3. And optional thing is, if you came across something surprising, something interesting, you can add like a few lines about that as well. Think of it as a reflection thing. You're just sort of reflecting on anything interesting that you came across. And yeah, that is like a recurring homework for you starting today. Cool. Any questions, any doubts regarding anything? I see one question. For those who are still creating projects, should we still record it? Yes, I think you should, because it will get you into that habit of think of it as a practice of getting to the point fast. You can always edit things later, but you'll have a base of just pick any project, just try to see what are the most complex features. I'm pretty sure whatever you make till tomorrow 6 p.m, that is not going to be a final one. I'm pretty sure of that. But making iterations is how we improve. Can we read something else too? Like currently we're working on backend integration, read stuff related to that. So anything you want to do, you do in addition to the homework. If you say you want to read something else, read 30 minutes JavaScript info, then in addition to that, you read whatever you want. That is up to you. And the main reason is I don't want to hear after few weeks कि ये नहीं पढ़ा था because ये किया था. I don't want that. If you want to do something else, you do in addition to that. If you feel or you have extra time life में, I'll give you more homework. Like मेरे पास resources का कोई कमी नहीं है. Cool. ठीक है. I think this was like a pretty heavy session. We almost at 2.5 years. Please share the link from We Have to Read. Rahul, were you there in yesterday's session? It is the same link, javascript.info. Yeah. All right. For now, we can just create threads in the daily reading log. All right. Currently, I see one post already. Perfect. Well, okay. I see post currently on this, but we'll start from beginning. Nice, nice. Okay, cool. Okay. Any final questions before we wrap off for the day? Yeah, this is like I am dead. Final. We'll go for no questions 1, no questions 2, no questions 3. All right, folks. Then I will see you tomorrow. Have a good night.